reacting to Donovan, Season of the Witch, 1966. I think this was recorded and probably produced in 1966. And the genre is more like a psychedelic folk rock. I don't think I've heard that before. That's a very descriptive description. I've not heard of a genre like that. Or maybe I've heard songs and I just couldn't uh connect it. Pretty excited. I have no clue what a psychedelic folk song would sound like. So I guess we're gonna find out, right? Oh, not that bass jumping in there like that. It's crazy.
When I look out my window,
Oh, okay.
many sights to see. And when I look in my window, so many different people to be, that it's strange, so strange. You got to pick up every stitch. You got to pick up every stitch. You got to pick up every stitch.
Oh,
Must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch. Yeah. Must be the season of the witch.
this song so far, boy, it has such an interesting kind of dynamics happening here. Like the stress on certain words, like the stress on certain words, the kind of flow that it has, the little transitional period between the when the bass came in and when it kind of just quieted a bit and you heard the other instruments. So now when it's going back to the way it started, listen, really loving this piece. uh, you sent me Donovan's bio and Patreon, Boyd. It means he had a bass and drums. Okay. Song bio in your description. What? Song bio in your Patreon. Why did I say description? That's crazy. Alright. I'm looking for the song bio for this song. Alright. So this is a song bio. We're just gonna pause the music for a little bit just to read a little bit more and get a little bit, feel of Donovan. Um is Donovan is a popular Scottish musician, songwriter, and record producer. He's known around the folk and psychedelic music scene during the 1960s and hung out with hung Greenwich Village in New York. His circle include folk artists like Dylan and Joan Baez, as well as the Beatles. All right. So Donovan was on the trip to India and taught Lennon fingerpicking guitar techniques, arpeggios that influenced their Prudence, Season of the Witch. Okay, so all of these bands, man, these bands during that time were kind of like interconnected in a way. They really knew each other and knew of each other. So I just find that fascinating. All right, so Season of the Witch is about his experience in Greenwich Village beatnik community, early version of the hippies, and how they were very strange. They preached doctrines like communism, but show themselves trying to get rich. Vince, okay, so that's Donovan. Interesting. Now this gave me more of an understanding of the song Donovan. He sings spoken word. All right. First time I came across like a artist that. I mean, is it the first time? Huh. Spoken words, but singing it spoken wordly. That is not a word. That is not a word. All right. Let's continue with this reaction.
When I look over my shoulder, what do you think I see? Summer cat looking over his shoulder at me, and he's strange, sure is strange. You got to pick up every stitch. You got to pick up every stitch, yeah. Beatniks out to make it rich.
All right, so I'm actually picking up the part where in a description you were talking about he went to the village, and they were having their own doctrines about life and this and that, but they were still trying to get rich off of people. So that's quite understandable. Hey, that's something that happens today in many cultures, in many societies, in many, you know, places. I'm just gonna leave it at that, okay?
Oh no, must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch, yeah. Must be the season of the
Wait, I'm hearing this instrument in the back, like very slightly, and I don't know what it is. I almost thought it was the electric guitar, but no. What is that?
You got to pick up every stitch. The rabbits running in the ditch. Beatniks out to make it rich. Oh no, must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch. Where'd I go?
This is such a fascinating song because the concept already, he's talking about something he's witnessed, and I realized in the 1960s and the 70s when these bands such as, Donovan, I'm guessing Donovan had his own band, um, Beatles and everybody else, when they were just there at their peak. I think these people were so inspired by their environment, like things they saw that probably was weird, things they saw that probably was off to them. And they were like, that is very strange. I should write about that. I think that is such an incredible way um, that the bands back then wrote their songs and their music, right? Boyd is saying that the song is an example of chorus with tension, but the verse releases the tension with a slow groove. Exactly, exactly. Boyd, you know what you're saying, man, because when I first was talking about how it started off, and then the little chorus, and I heard like the drums, everything just started speeding up, everything just was more dynamic, you know and then we go back to the verses whereby less it's just less of everything. Such an inspiring piece though, but these bands, hey, if the Beatles came to visit you, or came to a place, I'd be like really suspicious not to like do anything to draw their attention, because they probably write a music about me. They'll probably write a song about me, right? The same with Donovan. Donovan went to a whole village, saw the people, saw everything within that village, the good, the bad, and wrote a song about it, right? So, yeah, that's what happens.
When I look out my window, look in my window. So many different people to be. It's strange.
You know what? When he says this part that one from the get go, I was thinking about it. When I looked out my window, and I was like, yeah, looking out your window, you could observe everything else, right? Everything else that you could see outside of that frame. So when he says, look out, when I look out my window, what do you think I see, right? And then he says, when I look in my window, right? So you listen to this word, out and in. Look out of his window, look in his window. What is the fundamental difference between those two words? Out and in. He's looking out of his window and he's looking in his window. So it's like, ouch. So it's like, um, that's strange. People usually don't say I look in my window, unless like I'm thinking about it this way. If I look in my window, right, I might see nothing, or I might see like just inside of my place if my window is closed. It depends on the type of window. Like it's just strange. It's strange. Sure, it's strange.
Sure is strange. You got to pick up every stitch. You got to pick up every stitch.
I'm still trying to understand what he means by you got to pick up every stitch. All right, you've got to pick up every stitch. The rabbit's running in the ditch. Interesting.
Rabbits running in the ditch. Oh no, must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the witch, yeah. Must be the season of the witch. Where'd I go? Where'd I go?
Not a very interesting song. Quite a choice, boy. Quite a choice. Looking. Okay, so Boyd says true artists watch, observe, and experience their world and then express it in the art. Of course, I would not expect anything different in any form of art, whether it's literature, painting, music, anything. It's through either internal reflection or external reflection. That is just the point of art. You're either inspired by yourself or you're inspired by other people. You observe yourself or you observe other people, right? Pick up every stitch is the tension. Pick up every stitch. Yeah, definitely when he sings that part, I think that's mostly part in the chorus. There's so much tension resonating within the lyrics and the instrumentals that play during that part, right? So that was a wonderful reaction. Um, you will tell me if that was a wonderful reaction or not, but that was a wonderful song. A new artist to add on my list of incredible artists to continue experiencing through their songs and their music. So I'm going to go into the third recommendation.